are live. Episode 72. I am your co-host, Pisky, and I'm joined, as always, by the one and only Godfather. How are you, Senor Godfather?
You've been pissing me off all day. I'm just going to make that very clear.
You're going to start. Right out of the gate, you're starting.
Right out of the gate. Right out of the gate.
What did I piss you off about this time? Now, what are you pissed about? Let's go. Let's air it out. In front of everyone. On camera. For the second consecutive episode.
It's the non-stop breaking of my balls. Non-stop. All day.
Well,
I can't go nowhere. Can't go to the bathroom. I can't grab a coffee. I can't do nothing with you. Beep, 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 beep.
We're trying to run a crimeless familia. Okay? Communication is a must. You know that better than I do. Let's go.
Let's go. 1 hour. Let's go.
1 hour. We made it last time, 1 hour. What?
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
I was going to apologize to our listeners and our viewers, because now we have viewers, according to you. You know, I understand that Pisky here, he brings out the worst in me, and sometimes foul language is necessary. I'm going to do my best to get past the 90-second mark without swearing, but I cannot make any promises. However, I do apologize in advance. Go!
Shout out to Snarky's mom, Christine, who always gives you shit for swearing too much. Dude, you know what I mean? You're a public figure now. What is with the language? Why are you putting that shit out there? Too much swearing.
It's in my DNA.
By the way,
I can't change it.
For those not watching us, for those listening to us, because we have quite a few listeners still that tune in on Spotify. I can see the numbers. I am at WeWork again. I am in what the Godfather is calling now the Trump booth, because I'm a little orange, if you can tell. And shout out to our buddy Justin Chambers, really good film guy. So he caught, I guess, a glimpse of episode 1 in front of the cameras, and he gave me some tips that I haven't been able to implement yet. But like I said last episode, you guys are going to grow with us, because I don't have a clue what I'm doing with this camera shit. And yes, I'm a little orange right now. I'm in a very orange room. The Godfather's got it all to perfection. Look at him. A collared shirt again. Back-to-back episodes. Fantastic. So if you're listening on Spotify, you should probably check out the YouTube channel as well. I think it makes it a little more entertaining. Like, I got this glow on my forehead. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. This is brutal. I made the Godfather take off his glasses because there was reflection. But, listen, we're growing pains. We're getting through this, though. All right, Godfather, listen. I am exhausted today. I had an event last night at WeWork here in downtown Toronto, and dude,
good.
It was. If you're following me on Instagram, I do a lot of stories on there advertising WeWork, because it is such an amazing place, I think, in my personal humble opinion. But yeah, they were having an event celebrating Canadian small businesses. And I always like to take a shot at the Lottery Corporation when I can. So, I always have to put out the OU of how many Canadian small business celebrations did we have at the old G when we worked there, Godfather, 13 years. How many did we have? Over 0.5.
Listen, you can't put odds low enough on the under for these things. Stop doing them. Let's go.
So yeah, no, I can't handle my alcohol anymore. I've been sluggish all day long. I've had about, I'm like Godfather style right now. I've had about 6 espressos, and that's not good for me with my caffeine sensitivity. And yeah, so I think you're really going to have to lead the way today, Godfather, because I'm dragging ass, hung titty Pisky. Can't hang anymore. Way past my prime.
That was a nice looking spread, though. Peroni.
It was great. We had, sliders, lots of different sliders. We had vegetables, we had fruits, and a big buffet of booze. Wine, beer, I guess that's about it.
They had
vodka sodas too, tequila sodas.
Like, I don't understand. No Negronis?
What? No, I can't handle those. You know anything north of two Negronis, I'm in trouble. So,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're
yeah. Anyways, not good.
north of two
And you know what?
degrees.
I'm
You're pissing in the hallway of a hotel for some reason. My wife was
I
shocked at that, by the way.
listen. I zigged when I should have zagged. What do you want? You know, we all make mistakes, and I made a grave one. What are you gonna do? But I'm not the only one today here at WeWork dragging my ass. I met a couple people last night, and they look pretty banged up as well. So, all right, enough of my bullshit. Anything new in your life that you want to talk about with our friends here?
No, nothing. Let's go.
Okay, first thing on the docket, Godfather. If you don't know by now, both myself and the Godfather are making our rounds on the entire. Oh my God! On the Ontario sports betting scene, we are going into each and every individual sports book and seeing what they're made of. You know, we're going after them a little bit. Today, we're going to talk about Bet Victor because I know you signed up there, Godfather. I was there pre regulation, legalization. So I don't know if limits restart because of that. I met someone at Bet Bash that worked on the inside of Sports Interaction that told me, he said, Pisky, if you're looking for a place to play, Sports Interaction is for you. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because I know how fast you guys like pull the trigger on people. But he said that once they moved into legalization, the regulated environment, that your limits reset. So you can go back in there and you have fresh new limits. So, you know, if that lasts 2 weeks, it lasts 2 weeks. But he said you are fresh. So I don't know if that would be the case with me with Bet Victor because I have been kicked out there in the past. But, what is your experience? Because we had a terrible experience. You had a terrible experience, and I lived through everything you do because you send me the Jesu Christos, the ape emojis, the fire emojis, the sad faces. It's out of control, but let's talk about Bet Victor.
Yeah, sure. Well, you know, my family had to pay for this because this occurred on a Saturday morning, and Jesu Cristo, my blood pressure, I had to double up the meds. So I had a balance, or at least a number that I remembered.
Okay.
When I logged on Saturday morning, my balance is about 40% of what it was Friday night.
You can say the number. Fuck it. Say the number. How much was missing? I think people can relate to that better because they don't know if we're talking about $50. They don't. You know, we're not huge players.
Right,
we're nickel and dimers. We're nickel and dimers. Okay, there. It's out there.
I'm recreational. I got lucky on about 4 bets and $1,700 via
Gone.
$1,700 gone.
That's. Oh, okay.
Gone.
I didn't really understand that. When you were screaming at me, I didn't really understand that. Okay, so you're down 1,700. Like it just disappeared out of the account.
Disappeared. My crime? I accepted. Get this. Remember last episode, I told you people, don't accept bonuses because they're the work of the devil.
Read the terms and conditions. I think
read the terms and conditions. Some places, you know, some books, yeah, you sign up, whatever. You know, the rollover period is infinite. So if you're with them for 5 years, whatever, you keep the money in there, you play recreation.
That's the way I've always dealt with it.
This move at Bet Victor was the anti-recreational. This was, we caught you with your pants down, now you pay. No, I lost my mind.
Yeah, I know that. You sent me fucking...
I get you, and yes, and I sent you a lot of screenshots like I normally do. When there's a problemo, I get it, but I don't know how to deal. And I have to learn. I'm learning to walk again in this regulated environment. Anyway, what was my crime, you may ask? I'll tell you. I took this bonus, and I knew something was up with these guys because I made a deposit of $2,000, but this $2,000 showed up in my account as 800 bonus, 1200 cash. I didn't understand that at all.
I
But
remember you sent me a screenshot. They were in different colors, right? So you had like a.
yes,
Okay,
so
so which one was your real balance? The white
yes,
colored. Okay, so you have a white balance and I believe it was a blue balance, right?
yes, blue. I
Okay, so
didn't care
1200,
because
800.
800. The person I sent it to, someone who is a industry leader, a friend, said, "What the fuck's your problem? Looks good to me. 800, 1200, 2000. Quit your complaining, Godfather. Quit your whining. Lose my number. All that fucking stuff." Oh, see, there we go. I made it past 90 seconds, but anyway. So what did I do? Okay, so 800, 1200. I don't care. I start playing. I connect on a few. And the ones that I connected on were the blue bonus value.
Okay,
Because I
so
use because I use that money. Because at checkout it says, do you want to use bonus money? I said, sure. The bonus money is mine because they matched my $400. So it was a $400 bonus, which at sign up, Bet Victor, you gave me no choice. You said 400 sign up bonus, 400 sports, sign up bonus 400 casino. I'm not in this to do virtual, even though some people get fucking fluky, but that's okay. That's another story. So I picked sports.
okay, but I'm confused. I'm confused because you said it's an $800 balance and a $1,200 balance. You said you sent 2K. So
I
where's
did.
the extra $400? I don't get it.
I don't know. They took it out of my cash balance. So they matched the 400. So shady move right from the get-go. Why are
Yeah,
you
that's
taking out
confusing.
yeah, match my 400 and make it 16 and 4, not 12 and 8.
12
So
and 8
anyway,
is 2. That's what you sent. 12 and 8 is 2. So
so
shouldn't it
what
be $400 higher? You sure it wasn't 12 and 8? Yeah.
it was 12 and 8, Pisk. I don't fucking
Okay.
know what to tell you, okay? It was 12 and 8. That's not the point. The point was come the Saturday, 1 week later, 7 days later, the blue is now 0.
Okay. Uh,
Where the
which
fuck?
yeah. So what
Where's my
did you do?
17?
Tell them what you did because you actually did a good move here because I was confused when you sent it to me. I'm like, dude, I have no idea what the fuck's going on. And then
I
you immediately went to customer service, did you not?
Yes, but I went live chat.
Okay, yeah, that's what you
I
do. You
went
don't.
I
Nobody
went live
calls them
chat.
anymore. Okay.
I went live chat. I start typing away. I nearly broke my
Ba,
keyboard
ba,
because
ba, 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 ba.
the fingers the, the fingers were a little heavy, and I'm like, "Yo, what up?" And of course, I went through the usual string of 1 moment, sir. How are you doing? Never mind, Jesus Christo, how I'm doing. What do you think? I'm wasting my time here. And I'm texting you. I'm typing with you. I'm not good. Because if I was good, I wouldn't be touching base with you. I don't go around saying buongiorno to nobody. So anyway, long story short, they tell me that under the terms and conditions of this bonus, I had 7 days to do a 10 times rollover, which I
Wow.
did not meet. And since I didn't meet it, my money is their money. What?
And so for anyone that's brutally confused, I was as well when he tried to lay it out to me because I'm like, how could they possibly take your money away? Like I could see them taking the bonus away, but in their little tiny fine print that you got to be careful with, it says
Yep.
that anything you've made from that bonus money from that blue column,
Yep.
they get to
Yep.
take back.
It's almost as if they were saying those
That's
are proceeds of crime. You can't have them. What?
that's insane. And you know what, dude? A 10-time rollover in 7 days is actually a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah. And
You
I'm
know what I mean? Like
recreational.
it's.
Recreational.
I know. That's what's so
So,
crazy about it.
so in the chat, I said, so you're telling me my winning bets are now losers. because 7 days went by and I didn't give you $4,000 in action? Why you? I'm retired. Where am I getting $4,000? So anyway,
What was their response to that?
their response was, "I'm very sorry that you feel this way, sir." They were calling me my proper name and blah blah blah. I said, "Listen, I want this escalated right now.
Good.
Managere Italiano right now."
I know why your headset keeps cutting out. It's A, when you scream, and B, when we start yelling at each other and talk over one another. Just an FYI. Go on.
I'm very sorry. I'll try to calm down, but this was
No.
Spike very stressful.
Spike it up.
This was very stressful for me. So I get escalated to a customer service supervisor that day. Nice woman.
I didn't think that was possible, honestly.
I didn't think, well, I didn't care because I'm telling her, you guys set me up. I used that language.
It's a dirty move.
You guys set me up. I said, you're not dealing with some hee-haw punk off the street to his first fucking rodeo. Okay? Okay, I didn't read the entire fine print, but I might have an idea here or there of how these things work. You didn't give me a chance to decline a bonus like Tony Bet did. Tony Bet said, "You want a bonus or not?" I said, "I don't."
Oh, okay.
And I haven't had a problem with them. Now have I? But these guys tried to steal from the Godfather. Okay?
They did. Okay.
They did.
So what did they say? You're talking to a manager now.
I'm talking to the manager. I'm doing screenshots at lightning speed, sending them to you, and say, "This was the same, Pisk. What do I say?" Right? But basically, things turned in my favor. I can say things got a little bit better for me when I said, quite frankly, Suzanne, I think that was her name. Are you regulated by iGaming?
You said that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Good.
And then she said, "Yes, we are, sir." I said, "Well, please give me the steps necessary for me to bring this to their attention and escalate it to that level, because you guys are trying to steal from me. Winning bets can't be losing bets in 7 days. No, it doesn't work like that."
No, that's
okay.
It's pretty messed up.
And when I sent that to you, the fire kept building because you kept on telling me, no, B, that's fucked up. It can't be like that. Who does a rollover like that? What? Every what you sent me made me sweat more. Okay? So she says, "Give me one moment and I'll be right back." I said,
okay.
You take whatever time you gotta take. But you come back with something for me that's gonna work, huh? So she came back and she said, "Sir, we're willing to reinstate the $1,700.
Nice.
And we're willing to reduce the 10-time rollover to 5-time rollover and increase the rollover period for another 7 days, which will now give you a total rollover period of 14 days from whence you signed up."
Oh, okay. So it was like a continuation.
So I sent that to you, screenshot, and you said, "Take it."
Yeah, of course.
So I calmed down, and I'm
shocked they did that.
Well, buddy, I was shocked my money was gone. Never mind what they're doing, right? So I calmed down and I said, "Suzanne, thank you very much. I believe your offer is a fair one." In the back of my head, I'm thinking,
"Get off! You gotta sign off."
Right? And so I accepted it, and then of course,
you completed your rollover. You did. Good job.
I completed the rollover,
and you gave them a pretty good spanking.
I had to go through Bet Victor first because I'm not losing that money.
Yeah,
I lose the money.
Gee, you did a very good job. I'm impressed that you made it through the rollover, and in the process of doing that, you gave them a little spanking. So, cheers to you. That is a job well done. But honestly, so what you lived right there is what I've been doing for the last 12 years in the Banfield
How
crew.
do you put up with
This is my life,
you
honestly.
crazy?
That was my role, is dealing with this. And what you did, how you got it like put back in your account and an extended rollover, I can't say I've ever had success like that. So I tip my cap to you, sir. But yeah, for everyone watching, be careful with Bet Victor, because that is a dirty rollover move that honestly, in 12, 13 years of doing this, I've never seen that before. But once the story came out and, we started diving a little bit deeper in it and stuff, I kind of vaguely remember. Like, it's been a long time since we've been in Bet Victor, but I vaguely remember something like this, and I remember going to the full dog, and I remember him pounding out the rollover in X amount of days or whatever. And then we learned our lesson, and every time after that, we didn't go near it. But like I said, we didn't really fuck around with Bet Victor very much. But everything sort of came back to life as you were saying it, and I vaguely remember it. And I texted the full dog, and he said, yes and no, that he vaguely remembers it. So good job to you, very well done. But yeah, welcome to my world.
Well, I got to say, your world really sucks.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
I mean,
no, seriously. Like, I know nothing in this new regulated market, honestly. Like, it is like
they used to do that in the gray zone. It's not just a regulated thing.
well, I didn't play in the gray zone. I'm a
You're
loyal
straight arrow.
employee. I'm a straight arrow, correct. So like it's a tough book. It's a Euro style book. You got to be careful. I got another story. Okay?
Yes.
And just, really quickly, because I know we're pressed for time.
Two stories, because tell them about what happens when you go to play Asian lines in soccer.
That was my day one. I had to fire off an email to their support team because I was sure that in my settings I put American lines. Right?
Yep.
I want minus 120. I don't want the 7-5. I don't want 170. 170 reminds me of the OLG. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want minus 120. I want minus 115. I want minus 300. I want plus 300. Shit that I can understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Things that don't require quick math. I don't do the quick math.
Yeah.
So try to play some Asian lines, try to play some of these quarter lines, half the bets at a half, minus a half the bets at 0, you get a minus 0.25, and then you got to try to figure out what half a push, half a W, half a lot, whatever. Okay, I'll play your style, no problem. Every time I clicked, I'd see a decimal odds. Minus 0.25 is now a 1.775. What the fuck is this? I'm going nuts.
Back onto the chat.
Back onto the chat. Back onto to breathing fire on somebody, because I'm like, I go back into settings. There it is. It says American odds. Why am I getting a 1.775 on this Asian line?
So that's just a visual annoyance. That's what that is. There's not something fundamentally wrong. Tell them about the thing that's fundamentally wrong with the Bet Victor site, because it's got me in the past too.
See, you're a pro at these odds conversions, okay?
I'm a recreational.
Okay, whatever. You're a recreational pro at these odds conversions. I'm not. That throws me for a loop. But one thing that is fundamentally wrong, people, if you're playing at Bet Victor and you want to play totals, stata court, be careful. You know why? Because the entire planet gives you totals as over, under. Since I was a wee boy, 10 years old, trying to play a total.
Over on
Over,
top, under on the
under.
bottom.
Hey, what you got, Benny? Over or under? You go to Bet Victor, you know what they got?
Under over.
Under over. This cost me money.
I know, and that brought back haunting memories of me doing it in the past too.
I'm sitting over in a prop, and I go look, and I'm like, "Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money?"
Gorilla emoji, fire, fire, fire. Pisky's phone's on fire, fire.
I go, I got a guy who's over in the first half, and my money's on the under because Bet Victor did under.
Little flipperoo.
Over.
That was Christian Watson, I believe. Green Bay? Primetime game? Yeah.
Prime time. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. So
And you know, because it makes it even worse because it's not, it's just you fucked up, you get you lose, you should have won and you didn't. No, it goes the complete opposite way. So not only are you losing the winnings, you're losing the risk. You know what I mean? That's a big swing, both sides. Do you
things like this make me lose my mind.
Do you like L's when they should be W's?
I don't like L's, period. But when they were a W and now they're an L, I lose a little control. Listen, I'm here.
There you go.
I'm here only in a fatherly capacity. Okay, I don't want the things that have happened to me to happen to you. Be careful when you go there.
Just to recap everything. 2 lessons at Bet Victor. Read the fine print with that weird bonus that you have 7 days to complete the rollover, or they take whatever you've won from the bonus out of your account, which is complete garbage. And the second thing, over-under, is under-over at Bet Victor. So be careful with that.
Okay, let's go.
There we go. Very, very well put together, though, Godfather. And I am very impressed that you went after them and talked to a higher up. That is tough to do in this sports betting world. We're not dealing with Rober's Mobile. Pardon my language. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Next thing I want to talk about just briefly here, Godfather. Yesterday I had to go to the Royal Bank of Canada. You know how in love I am with the with Canadian banks, right? As someone that has been involved in the sports betting industry for my entire adult life, I have always been treated like, I don't know, a fucking member of a terrorist organization. Okay, a little sensitive right now. I apologize.
Yeah.
But obviously I didn't mean that. I am treated very poorly at these places. One time I was on this, website selling Bitcoin. Totally fair. You send me an e-transfer, I send you Bitcoin. That person then claimed that I created some sort of fraudulent pyramid scheme where they took
them. You cheated them.
Okay, when the RBC hears Bitcoin, oh my God, that's it. That's it. They put the red cuffs on you. They suspended my Interact transfers. They did all kinds of different shit to me. And even in the early days of Banfield Group, I had to send wires to places like Nicaragua, Island of Man, Costa Rica, obviously, and they would freak out. They would freak out. They would freak out. What is this money for? Where did you get it from? We want 3 pieces of ID. Take your sunglasses off. The whole kit and caboodle. It's very painful. So I don't like banks. I really don't. But when I left the Lottery Corporation 2021, I got a call from the pension board, right? Because we paid into a pension government agency. And I had 2 options. And the 2 options were, Mr. Pisky, you can leave your pension with us, the Ontario Pension Board, or you can transfer it to a bank and make it work for you, right? Because the pension would have just held it there and made some adjustments for inflation that I don't think would work in my favor. So let it sit there and collect dust, or put it to work. Obviously, it's a no-brainer. You put it to work, right? So I transferred it to RBC. And this financial advisor of mine, I've never met the guy before, and he wanted to have a sit-down. because it was quite a bit of money. A pension paid into a pension for 13 years, right? There's a good chunk of change there.
Yeah. 34.
So
Keep going.
yeah, so yeah, that's why you live on 10 acres in northern Toronto, because you've been paid into a pension for 34 years. Dude, what is that? Like fucking, is that like over a
We
mil?
talked
It's
about
got to be
this
over a mil.
Let's go.
So anyways, this guy's been chasing me for a while, but I've been busy. It's football season.
Yeah.
And so I finally went in there, main branch, and
Main branch of the Royal Bank of Canada.
Yep, right downtown on Bay Street.
Yeah, yep.
So I go and have a sit down with this guy, and I start telling him a little bit, and he's asking me questions about regular income and what's going on, and what do you mean ties to Costa Rica? Like what the? And dude, I'm telling you, if I had a camera on this poor guy, he was so like, what the fuck am I dealing with here? Because I went in there. Listen. Okay, tell me. There's...
I'm just going to tell everyone, you don't look trustworthy.
Yeah,
I'll put you through the gears too.
Yeah, of course you would. But listen, I am very conservative in terms of risk. I think yes and no.
Yeah.
Right. I've been working my entire adult life in the sports betting industry, so obviously I have an appetite for risk, but in the game that we play, like I don't have a very big you know what I mean? I'm the arb guy. I love arbitrage. I love middling. That's what I do. I love doing that. But in our world, Godfather, in our sports betting world, right? Our investments either are 100% return, or they go to zero within 3 hours, sometimes less, right?
Correct.
So when I have something like this, right? I follow some what I believe to be very intelligent people on social media platforms like TikTok and Twitter, yeah. And I know there's some intelligent people that watch and listen to this podcast. So you guys got to help me out here. Drop me a DM, because I went into this meeting and I said I want to go. This is money that I didn't even really pay attention to, right? I was young and dumb, and pension. What the hell is that? So I went in there. I went in there and said, I want to go all in S&P 500. All in. All in.
And you're adverse to risk?
But dude, because the question I ask is, does the S&P 500 have any chance of going to zero? And the advisor said, I really don't think so.
I don't think so.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. And he's like, no, sir, that's crazy. I said, okay, is it crazy? He's like, that's crazy. You shouldn't go all in on anything. I said, but compared to some of the investments I have on the other side of the playing field, right? My world, our world, people watching, Godfather. I said, this is so safe. This is so safe. And he's like, well, maybe we can structure it where, you get a comfortable like 5-6%. 5-6%? No! Go! S&P 500, regular, 10% annually. Am I crazy? Tell me. Viewers, tell me if I'm crazy. Okay? Because obviously don't take financial advice from me.
No, don't do that.
But I don't know. These guys that I follow online, they're firm believers in it. They say it's like, year after year after year. Yeah, there's been dips. There's been dips across the board. So anyways, I have this thing in my RRSP too. I have a little side portfolio of precious metals. He was kind of laughing at me at that as well. And I know, some of our familia out there are big into the precious metals, but he's like, no, I don't know about that. And I'm like, well, I think I disagree with you. So anyways, all that being aside, please let me know if I'm crazy with the S&P 500 idea. But all that being said is I had a good punchline and I just lost it. God damn it. Yeah, I lost it.
How many times do I have to tell you? Write down your punchline, stupid.
Yeah, now I'm under the gun, and I'm starting to sweat. I can feel it.
He thinks you're crazy because you're not buying the bank services. You're not.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you. So here's my second question. Thank you for bringing that up. Is this RBC financial advisor dude working in my best interest?
No. What are you fucking?
Right? And I know the answer to that because I've had some of my smarter financial dudes told me, like, why are you even dealing with them? Especially if you want something like the S&P 500. Do it self-custodian shit. Do it yourself. What are you paying these guys for? But anyways, I'm still trying to, find my balance and get the right words in my mouth to go in there and like really give them the gears. But dude, they're living a different world. I can't imagine what this guy was thinking on his way home last night after dealing with me for an hour.
Night. What are you talking about? Like if you would have said to him, I want to take, I'll throw a number out, whatever it is, 100K. If can you put my 100K from my OLG pension that I paid in and put it in an RBC directive mutual fund or some shit like that, right? He would have been all about that. He would have said, good move, Alexander, but you come out there and say, I want to slam S&P 500. You're going to make the guy lose his mind. He has quotas to meet.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Again,
to meet this month's quota, you effed them. Anyway.
So that was part A of RBC experience, right? I shook his head, told him, good job, keep fighting the battle. I don't know what I said to him, but now I gotta go to the teller because I was a little short on cash. Cash flows was a little short for me, so I had to do a decent withdrawal. Okay, no problem. I got the money in the bank. We're all good.
Did I see you come into my backyard with a shovel? I don't know. I'm going to review the tape. Go ahead.
So I go to the teller, like to make a withdrawal. We all know bank machine maximums per day are $2,500. I needed more than that, and
I know where this is going.
The ladies told me, no, you can't do that. It's 5K max. I'm like,
it's my
okay. Money. Yeah. First, I said, well, first of all, it's my money, right? She goes, yeah, of course, sir. I go, okay. So what are we doing here? I need more than that. And she goes, well, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. And I'm like,
process.
Okay, but so what are you telling me? So I can come here tomorrow morning and just do this all over again? You're gonna make me take time out of my day tomorrow to do this exact same thing. Why not just do it now? Can we get a manager involved or something? And I took a page out of your playbook, Godfather. And the teller said, okay, give me a second. I'll go talk to someone. So she went to someone behind closed doors and came back and says, yeah, I can do it for you. And if you need more, it was 10K. Okay, so it was 10K. If you need more than that, your daily maximum still works on the ATM, so you can basically get 12.5. Like, all right, now we're talking. But like, I went outside later and a little rattled by it all because every single time I go into this place, there's fucking problems, right? So I did a little TikTok and said, listen, like, why is it like this? And a lot of people have said it's because they don't, fractional reserve banking. They don't have cash on hand. But I would understand that in an RBC location in Fenelon Falls or something like that. I'm talking downtown Toronto, Bay Street. You got to walk through vaults to get to a teller. Like, that's ridiculous. What are we talking about? And it's not like I was trying to withdraw 100K.
Yeah, and I'm sure you heard a lot of people say stuff like, "Well, you could have called ahead. You could have done this."
Stop.
I don't know, these people live in this bubble where just do everything the right way and you won't have problems. Whatever, it's your money. 10K.
Okay.
You're trying to
call ahead.
K on hand.
10K downtown Bay Street, Toronto. What are we doing? Well, that's for where we are. That's chump change. That's what it costs to go to a Leafs game on a Saturday night. What are we doing?
But
right? What do you need the money for? Oh, I'm just gonna buy some beers at the Leafs game. Speaking of the Leafs, we got to give a shout out, Godfather, to Danny and her pops. The two anti-Leafs that go to every single game in the opposing team's jerseys. She actually, Danny, the daughter, actually did, I think you call it a stitch on TikTok, where it was my video complaining about prices for the Leafs game, that you need fucking 10K from the RBC to go to these games. Mm-hmm. And I said, who's going to pay these prices? Anyway, she did a video with it. So I'm like on her page now. So they're friends of ours. And I said, and I tagged you on TikTok. You didn't even respond, nothing. You didn't make me look like an idiot, hanging me out to dry, whatever. But
You're tagging me in all kinds of stuff. Who can keep up with you?
dude,
I didn't even see it. So,
public figures now. We're public figures. Anyway, shout out to Danny and her pops because they're doing God's work over there.
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me? like, oh, beautiful, beautiful. Anyways, so that's my experience with RBC. I think we can move on from it now. I've said enough about it, but I don't like them. I really don't, and they're hidden fees and stuff like that. And you asked me off air why I think they're a criminal organization, because they do stupid shit like this, right? These hidden fees, they're always gouging and gouging. Can I get my money? Can I get my money? No, you can't get your money. It's our money. And it's like, what are we doing? Drives me crazy. Crypto for life. Crypto for life. Okay, next topic. The Godfather, 41 minutes in. We have 19 minutes left. The next thing I want to talk about, if you follow myself and the Godfather, you should be following us both. If you follow myself on Twitter, I made mention this week that Spank Odds. Shout out to Spanky and the crew. Congratulations on launching a new product. Yeah, it's, obviously I'm not thrilled about Spank Odds costing money now, and quite a bit of money if you're a recreational bettor like myself. But
absolutely.
It is a very valuable tool, and we're going to talk more about Spank Odds and get into some of the the benefits of having it and stuff like that in later episodes. But I just wanted to make mention because I did sign up for the premium registration or whatever, the premium package, the pro package, because it was helping me in everything that we're doing with this new project, Godfather. And again, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I am a middler. I am an arbitrage guy. I love doing that. That's how I like to bet. Minimal risk.
You need the tools.
I need the tools, and I need live action. Godfather, you're very familiar with Don Best. We used that for 13 plus years at the Lottery Corporation. We always had it open. And when you have a program like this, it's an odds providing program for those unaware. And what it does is, instead of having every single sports book that you have money at open on your desktop and you're searching for a game, you can just look at Spank Odds. You can just look at Don Best, and it shows you what every sports book in the world is using on that game, what odds they're using. Very, very valuable tool if you want to bet conservatively like myself. So yes, it is expensive. It is $4.99 a month US. That's $700 Canadian a month. So that is steep. So for someone like myself, I'm open about the size of my bets. I'm a nickel and dime guy, right? That's my limits. That's what I bet. So this one was I think it was last Friday. Yes. College football game.
You're talking
Colorado. Stanford, Colorado, Buffalo. So, and I'm another one of these weirdos that doesn't watch things, right? I bet all kinds of college football every single week, and I don't watch a second of it. I cannot stand it. I know I'm a weirdo. I got that from the Full Dog. I learned from him. He watches box scores. I don't even do that. I set it and forget it, and I'm like, Godfather, this is what we need. And then he sweats it out. So anyways, I found a really nice middle opportunity in the first half of Stanford, Colorado. I think it was over 28, under 30.5. So there were some key numbers there. I bought that 28. It was a 28.5. I bought it down to a 28. So I had 28, 29, 30. Submit. Boom. There's my middle. I'm going to watch Seinfeld reruns. I don't give a fuck. And well, the next morning, that's when I blew up the Godfather. I'm like, oh my God, Colorado, because it was pretty sizable bets on each side, right? And again, I'll say it just because it coincides with the amount I paid for Spank Odds. So Spank Odds, $700 a month. This middle was $2K a side, right? And don't think I'm crazy or anything, because if the middle hits, it's glorious, $4K. If it doesn't hit, you're losing juice on one side or the other. So it's like $150 to $200 on each side. You know what I mean? I'll go into those when I have more time.
You love it. I get it. But you ruined my Friday.
So you watched that game?
I didn't intend to. I went to dinner with my sons from another mother, and my best friend, we were at the restaurant. They've got this Colorado game up on the bar TV. I'm trying to have a steak, and
where did you go?
Chop
Oh, Chop.
Steakhouse.
Okay. Not bad.
So
Not bad.
I'm over there,
Wait,
and
better or worse than the keg?
I'm still a keg guy.
Okay, go on.
But still good. Not bad, but the keg.
I'm trying to get them to be a sponsor of something. So good answer.
Okay. So out of the corner of my eye, I see this score, and it's all Colorado. It's 29-0. I said 29. And I had just remembered, you have this bad habits of sending me a text, very cryptic, and Stanford, Colorado, 28, 29, 30. I said, 29? I said, Jesu Cristo. Where are we in the game? Second quarter, 2:20 left. It's 29-0. I'm like, okay, let's go. End this half. First half, 29. I go, I don't know how this.
That's crazy.
I don't know how this fucking punk does this shit, but he loves it. Here it is. It's right in front of me. I start sweating. I don't touch my steak. My guests that I'm with think that I'm choking or something because I'm not talking. I'm just looking at the screen
I know
and refreshing my phone. Like I'm trying to. I can't see. I don't got my. Anyway, what happens with like a minute 30 to go or something like that? Stanford fumbles the ball on their 16.
Good. Oh no!
On their 16. If Dion wasn't such a
cowboy, literally and figuratively,
you've just given him the points to go to 32, and now we're in the we just lost juice book instead of we just won 4K. So I start pounding the table. Everyone's like, "What's the matter, Zio? What's the matter?" Nothing's the matter. Nothing's the matter. Well, Deion Sanders' boy, literally, his son, penalties, holding, a fumble recovered by them. Now it's 3rd and 20 on the 40-yard line. I need one, please, when is this time going to go out? And somehow there was another turnover.
Come on. That's how crazy it was?
That's how crazy it was. And
you know what?
This is what I don't like about guys like you. Oh, I don't watch. I'm sweating. You ruined my Friday. I had to get my steak reheated. Like I couldn't eat. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't drink. I'm
Dude,
like,
you know how long I've been doing this for?
29. No, that's nuts.
Do you know how long I've been doing this for? Like, nothing. I feel nothing anymore. I'm numb. Obviously, I don't like to lose, but yeah, no. When it comes to middling and stuff like that, I can't. You can't watch that shit.
You're emotionless. I am nothing but emotion. That drove me crazy. And to make matters worse, Colorado did punt the ball, and Stanford ran a play where the guy got sacked, and I'm looking for a fumble. Like it was just I'd rather not know.
The fact
the next day.
The fact that it landed on 29 is absurd.
That's
because
incredible.
obviously
I don't know how to do that.
And even one of our followers, shout out to, I believe it was Doc, that sent me a DM on Twitter and just said, it's like, Pisk, man, they went for 2, and I said, dude, you don't have to explain it to me because I don't watch this shit. But was I expecting 29? No, 28 or 30, right? 30 is you got 20-10, you got 23-7. You know, there's all kinds of different possibilities. 28, 14, 29. No, it never lands 29. But fuck, you take it, whatever. Anyways, so the point of this story is the fact that if I did not have spank odds, I wouldn't have seen it. I saw one book sitting high. I saw another book sitting low. And the only reason I saw that was because of spank odds. There was another example that I'm going to quickly say on Saturday. Now, do these always work with 100% accuracy? No. So don't take this as like this is an easy way to make money. It's not. No. But I was sitting in front of the not Don Best spank odds screen, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this first half total in the Army game at BetChris, one of the sharpest sportsbooks in the world, gets hammered. I'm talking like minus 42 on the under. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So obviously when you see like a discrepancy like that, you got to go to the site. So I go to the site to say, is that real? Because sometimes, you know, Spank Odds or Don Best will fuck up. Yeah, is that real? And sure enough, I went to the website. It was real. And then it came down a bit to minus 36 on the under. And I'm like, well, that's irregular shit. So anyways, I put a little bit on the first half under because, I don't know, it just stuck out to me. And it came in. The first half ended at 16-0. So that was another win. But I also lost one like that, seeing it on a different game. So again, it doesn't work with 100% certainty. But when you have a service like that, you can see shit, and you would otherwise I wouldn't be able to see it. So we hit that 4K.
The story, yes.
Hit that 4K middle.
Tool. There you go.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
Spank Odds paid for itself.
Yeah, absolutely,
Almost.
absolutely.
Well, a good chunk of it.
Like I said, we're going to talk more about Spank Odds in future episodes. But it's, you obviously have to buy the package or the tier that is relative to how much you're betting. Yeah, if you're a $20 bettor, you ain't buying the pro side. You'd be crazy. Yeah.
Go light.
So anyways, that's that. All right, Godfather, we have about 9 minutes left. So we have a Survivor thing to talk about. We are still alive, thank Jesu Cristo, because that Monday Night Football game, the Buffalo Bills, I'm telling you, was insane. So I'm going to preface this.
I got to do my own laundry this week because of that game. Anyway.
I found a Buffalo Bills bar in Toronto, by the way, if anyone's looking for one. It's called Local. It's in Liberty Village here in Toronto. They are a Bills backers bar now. I think it's the first season that they are. So all the staff is wearing Buffalo Bills gear. They play the games in sound, which is huge because I don't know if, aside from maybe Real Sports, I don't know if there's too many bars out there in Toronto that play sound during games. I don't know if it's all games, but it's definitely Buffalo games. And they have drink specials. Who doesn't like drink specials? Especially in 2023, where the place next door sells $18 Jelly Kings, plus tax, plus tip, $23, in case anyone's wondering. Not at this place, though. They have $5 drinks and shit like that. No. But, okay. We don't get into it. We have, anyways. The Bills nearly killed us in Survivor. We had the Bills in Survivor, and our friend of the show, shout out to Numi, he sent me a nice quote. He said, "When's the last time?" This is a question for the Godfather. "When is the last time an NFL team didn't score as many points as they were favored by?" The Bills were 15.5-point favorites. They only scored 14 points. Is that team fake news? Are the Buffalo Bills fake news? Yes or no?
No. I'm not going to say they're fake news. I will say that they have a tendency sometimes to maybe play down to the opposition. And again, I don't like this London series. I know the NFL and Goodell does. I just think the travel is, it was their first week back from that. They were sluggish in London to begin with. They played a team that was already in London there for a week, which I think is a huge advantage to the other team. I don't know what happened.
That was an advantage.
But with the amount of people that the Giants had out for this game, you saw in the last podcast, I said, beautiful, we got a Buffalo Bullet, let's go.
Honestly, I think Tyrod Taylor, excluding the brain fart that he had at the end of the first half, I think Tyrod Taylor is more useful than Daniel Jones is.
Thank goodness.
I really do.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was not a comfortable victory. That was supposed to be easy. Set it and forget it. I just said it. We're not saying that anymore on the podcast.
You should have never said it in the first place. How many times I got to tell you? Never say that stuff. Anyway, we were lucky. But I like what you said about the London thing. That's something I think we should watch for going forward. Again, there's a lot smarter people watching this podcast than we are, but man, they didn't have to travel. They were in London, comfortable, sightseeing. Buffalo had to go over there. And there's another example of that this coming week. The Baltimore Ravens,
neglected. They declined to have their bye this week. So they are playing against the Detroit Lions. Every time you come back from London, you're supposed to have a bye week. They said, we don't want one. So I don't know. Maybe there's an edge there, and putting it on people's plates. I think they're 3-point underdogs or something like that. So Buffalo's behind us. We're going to forget about the Bills. We got through. It's called Survivor. All we needed to do was survive. We did it.
We don't apologize for W's, but, man, that was...
Yeah, a little too close for comfort. Yeah.
Too much.
Who are you looking at this week, Godfather? What are we doing? Have you not looked?
I have not looked.
You haven't fucking looked. Oh, my God.
It's Thursday.
Well, dude, we're podcasting. It's part of the podcast. You don't even know the teams that we have. I had to read them to you last week. Let's take San Francisco.
I thought we used Buffalo.
San Francisco. What do you think of that dirty deed? That was gross. Terrible. That was brutal. Listen, but they lost so many guys in the middle of the game. That was insane. But
without question, I think we would have been in trouble no matter which way we would have went last week.
Well,
right? If we had the Philly bullet.
Survivor. Right? We do have a Philly bullet. But yeah, the Jets have a sneaky defense. We're not going to get into analyzing games. That's not what we do. But the biggest favorite on the board this week for us that we have available, Godfather, is the Seattle Seahawks at home.
Against who?
They're 7.5-point favorites. They are playing.
Dude, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Who are they playing?
I don't know. I'm going to tell you in a second, man.
People are turning us off. They're like, these guys are fake. They suck. They're playing the Cardinals, Jesu Cristo.
Oh, fuck. Well, dude, man, I'm sorry. It's been a stressful day. I mean,
I know. I'm on no sleep, little hung titties. So that is our biggest one. Now, like I said, the Detroit Lions are in Baltimore playing Baltimore, coming back from London. You want to get cute with this? You want to maneuver a little bit?
Fuck.
But the biggest favorite for us, I'm telling you, 7.5-point favorite. Is Seattle at home to Arizona. I don't love it, though, to be honest. That has a potential little smell to it. Don't you think?
No, we're 100%. We're fucked here. I'm going to admit. I didn't realize we were going to
talk about this. I apologize. I will. Okay, here's the thing. If we can get through this week. At the end of every episode, we're going to talk about our Survivor pick.
Okay,
but dude, I don't know where else are we going? Right? Buffalo at New England. Well, we already took Buffalo, but that kind of stinks to me too, right?
No. How about the Raiders? You're down with the Raiders against Chicago. Chicago's terrible, dude. Okay. We'll do Seattle because it's the biggest home favorite.
2.5 points on the road. Like, I don't trust the Raiders at all. 2.5 points. That's getting cute.
That's cute too.
That's super cute. And there's no other big favorites on the board.
No,
there's nothing.
And Eagles. We can't use our Eagles bullet on the Dolphins.
No, that's going to be a great Sunday night game, though. Eagles Dolphins. That's going to be fantastic.
No,
but I don't know where else are you going. Everything else is a 3-point favorite. So unless you're getting cute, it's got to be Seattle. Well, I'm not happy about it, but listen, we're in week 7. It's going to be dirty from here on in because we've taken 6 really good teams.
Well, A, it's going to be dirty. B, we've used pretty much premium teams thus far, which is why we're still alive in week 7. Right? It's a double-edged sword.
It's called Survivor. Right?
It's called Survivor. So yeah, I'm down with the Seattle pick. Post it online, and
I don't think we have anywhere else to go. So that's it. It's Seattle, and
if they win, it was my idea as proof of the of the podcast. And if it loses, it was your fault. Dude, you didn't want to get cute.
I came into this saying, okay, Seattle, I forgot who they were playing. You haven't even looked at anything. We're not prepared. We're not prepared to do this shit. I don't know.
You know what? I mean, you want to put us on video. If we were just doing podcast on Spotify, I could have
paused there.
Some pages. I could have looked I could have sounded real smart, but no.
No, they can see right through us now. Yeah, we can't hide. We can't hide. Just two.
I'm sorry, I didn't look at it. This guy pisses me off all day. Something was going to fall through the cracks. It was the survivor pick.
But you know what? That's why we are recreational now, because of this stupid shit. So it aligns. Absolutely. Okay, that's it. We're goofing around now. We're wasting people's time. The last thing I want to say is the Circa Millions contest that I'm using that glorious bingo machine.
You had a good week.
It went 3-2.
That's pretty good.
Overall, it is 14-2. Dead even at 500 after 6 weeks. The good thing about it is that there are quarter prizes.
Yeah.
And the quarter prize, I'm at the top. I'm near the top. There's a guy that's 10-0. There's I think 30 people 9-1, and I'm 8-2 in the last 2 weeks.
So I can follow the standings.
You followed following at Circa Sports. They post it all the time.
Yeah, okay, they post it all the time. Okay.
Yeah. So we're still alive there. If we can do something special, 4-1, 5-0, the bingo machine, you never know. You never know. So it would be fun if it could.
Oh, who knows?
All right, that's it. We're at the finish line. I think we might have went 30 seconds over, but that's it.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. It's short and sweet. Bang, bang, boom. Fuck you, Bet Victor. That's it.
Pretty much.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. On behalf of myself and the Godfather, we'll catch you all next time.